Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Go, Christie, keep going. Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Nailed it. It's your line, Shawn.
If nautical nonsense be something you wish.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
I think I just said something. Then flop on the deck and flop like a fish.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah. Come on.
That's great.
Hey there. I am out in my awesome neighborhood that I love, taking a walk with my Data, who's wearing her princess dress. Can we see it? Mm-hmm. Okay, now twirl around a little bit. Very nice. So we're having a good time.
You want to hold hands?
Yep, I sure do.
And I have to tell you something.
Okay, go ahead.
We can take pictures at Patriots Park with
Ooh, Patriots Park. I don't know if we're going to go there. God, look at this skyline. It's beautiful. I don't know if the camera's really going to capture it. Is that something? Look at that.
Come on.
It's just beautiful. It might rain a little bit. So, here we go. Check that out. It's going to be an awesome sunset. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's you and that plant. Do you like that color? Yep, that's right. Alright, thanks, honey. Come on, let's go. Ooh, okay. Those are pretty flowers, huh?
Thank you. I found
Yeah, they're just growing all over the sidewalk.
Yep.
You can't hold those flowers back. So anyway, I've been, kind of took a day off, just went in this morning to do the financials meeting, and you know, that always is a trip into hard cold numbers. And so I spent the afternoon working on my vision board, which I found that is really good for my mental health. It is just really neat to go and dream big. Oh, what is it?
Look at those white flowers.
Oh yeah, those are really something else. No, those are in somebody's yard, honey. We can only pick things that grow out on the sidewalk. Hey, what do you got? A yellow leaf?
Two yellows.
So anyway, yeah, spending time with the fam is pretty awesome. I can't get enough of it. I'm definitely a family man. And so anyway, now I'm carrying the princess. That's right, across the street. Because the street was pokey, huh?
With the walk.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
Walk sound.
down you go. So basically, I've talked about this before, but I'm answering the question,
Look at that
if I could have my life
poo.
any way I wanted, with, yes, there's dog poo. Very nice. Any way I wanted, how would it be? What exactly would it look like? And that is not an easy question to answer. I've been working on it for about 8 or 9 months now. And, you know, so what I'm doing is I'm finding pictures. I am getting a physical representation up on my study wall, and it's quite extensive. And the other thing I'm doing is actually formulating a plan, like a series of, you know, like a little booklet. You know, I'm going to continue this at home. There's too many noises and random people wandering around. Now we got this show on the road.
Two green meats. Check.
Oh, look at this one. This is gorgeous. I mean, come on. That is so great. Oh, go ahead.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah, that is for sure. So nice.
Take
Look
a
at those
picture
clouds.
of it.
Yeah, I did take a picture of it. Ooh, those are purple. I am. Show me. Show me. Alright, so yeah, I'm back home. Hopefully it's not terrible lighting in here. I'm going to talk a little while before the outside light fails. And yeah, so I'm in my study. This is my sanctum sanctorum. I'd show you around, but you know, the beautiful mind style vision board. I'm kidding, it doesn't really look like that. It's much more colorful. Really is really pretty personal. But anyway, for those of you just joining the program, I have run Blue Table Painting for 9 years. Just this year, having somebody really taking care of the day-to-day nuts and bolts stuff and leaving me with just the fun stuff of making videos and, you know, basically what I want to do. And I have 4 kids. I've got the little girl, which you just saw. Her name's Willow. And then I have a son who's 8, a son who's 11, and a daughter who is 13, going on 14, actually, pretty soon. So my first teenager, and that's all very exciting. When I started Blue Table Painting, that teenage girl was just 4 years old. And so it's been really quite an adventure. And it's taken on a life of its own. It's really affected and helped a lot of people along the way. And sometimes, well, you know, let's go back to doing a vision board. So there's lots of different ways of going about it. And for me, it's just it's an aid to keep my the ideal for my life present in my mind. And I love it. I look at it. It brings me great joy and satisfaction. And I think that mental state is everything. Feeling defeated is a very destructive place to be. And if you're feeling that way, I really want to give you a word of encouragement. Things are going to get better, especially for you, Sam. And things do improve, and I think the trick is to keep in your mind what it is that you want to end up with, and that doesn't have to be like a lifetime thing. You can set, like, think ahead. Like I have this here. Ta-da! So my vision board goes all the way to 2023, and I think it's a little tricky because you know, I take in a lot of sources to get ideas, and some of them say don't only concentrate on what, not on how. And I think that's a critical item, because I find when I'm thinking these things over, my mind immediately goes back in time to what is the next thing that I need to do. And that's not necessarily very helpful, because the goal might be it might be more complicated than that, just to get from here to there. So I don't know how to explain it better than that. For me right now in my life, I'm only, yeah, this overhead light might be making me look really weird, but who cares? It doesn't matter how for me right now. I'm only concerned about what it is, and I believe the how will take care of itself. Now, does that mean I can just sit there and do nothing? No, but there's a difference between doing something and trying to force things. In fact, I wonder if I have my little deal. You know what? Oh, here it is. Yep. So I think, because there's different ways that you can act. You can act by brute force. For example, I want to earn, let's say, $200,000. All right, well, I can clean toilets for 8 years. So that's one way. That's kind of the brute force way. There's not a whole lot of imagination about it, and there is, you know, that's, you know, I guess the easiest way to think about things, I guess, brute force. So anyway, I have these other ones. These are other ways that you can act. You can act with daring, creativity, and also persistence. But the persistence doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to be difficult. In fact, I believe if you're doing something you love, you will actually unleash a greater creative potential. For example, I've done way better painting miniatures and doing my fun videos and being around people that I love than I ever was doing other jobs that I didn't like very much, that I only did because that was, you know, kind of, I accepted that that was the way to go. I accepted just sort of the status quo. And so, so anyway, so daring, you could do something. I have a whole list of daring things that I'm going to do to move my agenda along, and it's really I'm going to have to get out of my shell, and even more. You know, I mean, I'm a pretty outgoing person, and I'm about to go into some pretty uncomfortable areas, but it's comfortable to me in the sense that I like doing that sort of thing. You know, again, I wish I could go into details or specifics, but it's really kind of top secret. Oh, hello, darling. Yes? Hello?
They're in your window.
Yes, I see you.
Next to you. Bye.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed about kids is really a lot of times they just need someone to be available. You know, that if I'm just in here, they'll come in, they'll get whatever advice or affection that they need, and then they'll just go on their merry way and explore in ever increasingly large rings. They'll go out into their world and just learn what they need to learn. Hold on, you know, I'm gonna show you the view that I'm looking at while I'm talking to you. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. That is just makes me so happy inside. All right, so now for those of you just joining the program, let me tell you a little bit about Blue Table Painting. We've been in, and maybe for you veterans of the channel, I can maybe give you some inside information. I'll have to think of what that might be. So you've got. All right, turns out the lighting's actually pretty good. Oh, that sunset is starting to kick in. Yeah, it really makes the trees glow. So anyway, our principal service at this time is the assembly and painting of custom figurines for miniatures battles games. And 9 years ago, this market didn't exist. You couldn't go out anywhere and find a job doing this. Now you can find a job doing it at, like, you know, a couple different studios, notably my own. And inside information, we've recently hired a lot of new artists, and we've got a lot of new faces down there, and I hope they stick with it. Blue Table Painting is a great company, and it's about to get a lot greater. And you know, but through the years, it's never felt safe. It's never felt like, oh yeah, everything's just going smooth. It's because we're always pushing it. We're always pushing things. And so it always, no matter how much the gross revenues go up, it always feels like we're broke. But that's because we're spending every last cent on additional awesomeness. You know, that we're doing things. This year we gave out a Warhound Titan at Adepticon. Well, guess what? That costs money. It costs money to pay someone to spend a week painting it. And so, but we did it, and hopefully that ended up, you know, boosting our reputation. And so anyway, that's our assembly and painting of figurines, our principal thing. Then there's what's called the trade stock program, which is you can trade in your figures and get some different or new figures. And that is, I think that is amazing. And I actually see that part of Blue Table Painting growing. And then there is as Valhalla, which are wargaming retreats. By the way, I would encourage you to pick up a ticket for August. There are still rooms available in the house. It's just such a great event. Everyone that goes to it loves it, and we really just put our heart and soul into it. So contact us. Check the liner notes for contact information, and or you can go to our store, bluetablepaintingstore.com. There are tickets available there. We're willing to make arrangements, so we will take installments. There's absolutely no reason not to come out. Most places in the U.S. it'll probably be $200, $300, possibly in the 300s to pick up a ticket out here. Hi, sweetie, how are you? Got your flowers? Oh yeah, showing off your flowers. Okay, off you go. See what I'm talking about? She just needed to show me what she was doing, and then she's on her way. So yeah, I thought, because I always do studio updates, I thought it'd be fun to do a home update. And I'm like, God, do people really want to see around the inside of my house? So, but I will tell you about what my life is like. I've been married 19 years to an absolutely fantastic woman. Her name's Tamara, and okay, so here's an interesting story. We met, and it took me about 3 weeks to ask her on a first date, and I liked her since the moment I saw her. You might think, oh, does that mean like at first sight? Yeah, no, I'm going to say love at first sight. I was smitten. She had a green lace dress on. She's got blue eyes, just this gorgeous auburn hair, and I just can't get enough of her from the very get-go. So I finally asked her out. So from first date, and we were very close. We just hit it off. It was all so natural. And so from first date to proposal was 19 days. And I was thinking about that recently. I'm like, how did that work? So obviously, I didn't exactly do a lot of critical thinking about it. I had dated a lot, and, so I had a sort of an idea of what I was after, but it occurred to me that, there's a part of my mind that is hyper intelligent. My subconscious has been paying attention, been storing every bit of information. It's really quite a mentalist, and I believe that it's that part of myself that I draw a lot of, from which I draw a lot of inspiration and guidance. And so, the old adage, follow your heart. Well, there's really something to that. There's a godlike mind inside of you that can really give you some good direction. And that's the world of dreams and intuition, which people who are rooted in the conscious world, the waking world, they find that very frustrating. Sometimes, somebody says, well, why do you think we should hire this person or the other person? And I say, intuition. It's like, Shawn, come on, critical thinking. And I'm like, well, I've done better with intuition than with trying to think things through. I'm not saying it's not good to think things through, but there's something to be said for that, and that's really where I am right now in life. Is that I'm not at the studio all the time these days. I am doing some higher order stuff, getting back to family a little bit, and I hope that doesn't make you not want to order things from my company. I have a fantastic crew, and you can have full confidence that, well, when you ring the phone or send an email, that you'll be responded to. And if you're not, again, with email, you can always call, or sometimes it's possible that it's going to the wrong email address. So anyway, moving on. So there's assembly and painting of figurines, there's trade stock, there's Valhalla. There is one last thing, which is life and business mentoring, and that's the aspect of the business that I'm doing right now. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. One, I've always been willing to give a word of encouragement or to talk to people just openly, and in as much as I have the time for that, I'm always willing to do it. So it is possible to look me up on Skype, and you might have to chase me down just a little bit, but I'm always willing to meet a new person and possibly give some encouragement. I say advice sometimes, but I really don't like giving advice, because that's telling someone else what to do. And my conscious mind is not very well equipped to do that. But I believe that people inside of themselves, they have a deep reservoir of wisdom and intelligence, and can find their own way. And so I've got some things in the works, some really great things about that. Right now, I just have a sort of I guess what's the word I'm looking for? A prototype venture going where you can engage my services to help you find your way in life. And I found that I have a very, very strong talent with that, to take someone and help them kind of orient themselves with what it is they're doing without being heavy-handed or actually coming out and saying, well, you should do this, you should do that. No, I can come up with exercises that will help you. And so just to be clear, you can look me up on Skype. You can email me. I do believe my personal email is in the liner notes. And don't be shy about it. I'm not too busy for it. And but you may not receive a response right away. I'm not sure how that will go, depending on if there's a large response or a manageable one. But anyway, so there's that. I am willing to do a Skype session or two with anyone that might be interested in engaging my services as a mentor or as a, I guess you'd call it a business consultant. So there's two different aspects to it, and that's important to remember, is that I'm an expert in the miniatures assembly and painting industry. I am an expert in the wargaming industry in general. I know a lot of people. I've seen a lot of things. I've been tracking it for a long time, and I think I have a lot of insights and ways to help people there if they're getting into it. And then there's the other stuff, which is personal, more like I guess I'd call it professional or counseling for profession, like where should you go in life. I'm not a therapist. I'm not familiar with laws or limitations in that area, and certainly we wouldn't want to overstep my bounds or present myself as a professional. But I am good at helping people kind of find their own way in life, especially with regards to career. And so I think there's a real need for that. And I've really enjoyed meeting some of the people I met. Oh yeah. All right. So my business mentoring services. I'm going to read you a few testimonials. Testimonials are awesome. And again, well, guess what? You're in that land where I talk for as long as I want about anything. And I hope this makes for some good radio. This testimonial is from Ryan. I've had a tremendous experience working with Shawn at age of 31 with a family to care for, and with a school finished. I was basically unsure of what to do with my career. All paths seemed to lead to a lot of monotony. I decided to talk with Shawn because he seemed to actually be living a dream. As a result of our discussions, I have found a way to make my mind up about what it is I want, and I'm not afraid to go after it. I'm no longer worried about what is realistic or what anyone says I can achieve. I have been feeling happier and less stressed from day to day. I feel better about myself and about the future of my family. I would recommend Shawn's life mentoring for anyone who is appalled at the idea of settling for a bleak future and who is ready to break from convention and live life to the fullest. Thank you, Shawn. That's Ryan. Here's a testimonial from Troy Inn. It says, speaking with Shawn was a breath of fresh air. Pleasant, highly motivated, and very intelligent. Shawn's enthusiasm and his ability to explain his ideas in a clear and concise fashion was inspiring. I look forward to not only implementing some of his suggestions, but also later in coming back and taking full advantage of his mentoring and experience. A true joy to talk to. I like that. Testimonial by Jay Shore. I had my first session with Shawn yesterday and it went extremely well. Skype did not work so well for us, so we continued our conversation via phone, and we talked for about an hour about different things, ranging from what a normal day was like in the life of Shawn, to how Shawn wakes up each day and how he goes about running his business. I got a great idea of how to manage a miniatures painting business and began to understand how much time and effort must be put into work. Whether or not it is something that you love, it was good to get perspective on how Shawn handled his daily routine and how different influences such as his kids and wife play an important role in the way he goes throughout his day. It was really good to hear the different techniques that Shawn uses to conduct himself in day-to-day activities and how keeping a positive mindset is a key to having a positive day. Hi, honey.
My horse got an invisible scratch.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, he does have some invisible scratches.
No. If someone gets it better, it turns back.
I
Someone
see.
kisses
Oh, do I need to kiss the horse better?
No.
Okay.
It turns back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And this is strong medicine for Tori.
Okay.
I'm more gentle of it.
Okay. Sounds good.
And she needs a bandit.
Okay.
Over.
Okay. That's great. I also received some advice on what I should personally do. Uh-oh. I gave some advice. It was very refreshing to hear a different perspective on the way that Shawn thinks about things and the way I've normally thought about him. Okay, next. There's another paragraph to that. CW. Shawn, I want to take the time to thank you for helping me with my company. Granted, it was off the topic of gaming, but you gave me some great exercises to try out. My goal was to get a different point of view, and that is exactly what I got. I really appreciate you taking time to help me. I hope your convention went well. Keep up the good work. So there's that. Yeah, man, it is beautiful outside. Kids playing, the neighbors going about their business. What an absolutely wonderful day. So I want to thank you all for being a part of my great adventure. I'm excited to be here. Things just keep absolutely getting better and better. So thank you all, and I hope you enjoyed this update and you got your inspiration for the day.